Great. Perfect. Okay, so we're coming sitting and resting our hands onto our legs. And sit as comfortably as you can, but feel that as much as you can, feel that you're kind of sitting with a good amount of energy, that you're not kind of sitting back to fall asleep, but that you're kind of sitting up, relaxing as much of your body as you can while finding a length in your spine and feeling that you're calm but ready to begin. Feet are flat on the ground if you can. And you can close your eyes. I like to close my eyes. Or if you don't like to close your eyes, you can just let your eyes rest on the floor in front of you and let them be still on just one point. Let them rest on one point. And then begin to listen to your body. So how do we do that? Well, I begin by feeling my feet on the floor. I feel my seat on the chair. I sense my hands resting on my legs. And then I start to connect with my breath. So I relax my belly. And maybe when I bring my attention to my breath, sometimes I feel the need to take a deeper breath to kind of release any tension. And anytime that you feel that you need to take a deeper breath to kind of let go of anything, do. And just notice how your back feels, how your front feels, how your sides are. Notice where you're holding or grabbing. Like I often hold tension in my jaw, so it helps me to loosen my jaw a bit. Sometimes around the back of my neck, I can move my head a little bit to reposition my head and let go of some of the tension in my neck. And let's take a few deep breaths. Relax your belly, expand your belly, inhale, and then just let it go. A few more like that. Feel that big, like your body's a balloon. The front, the sides, the back, inhaling. A few more like that. Maybe just one more. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And now see if you feel any different after taking those big energetic breaths. If you notice any difference in your energy, how your mind feels, how your body feels, just notice those things. And then gently let your chin come to your chest, open your eyes, let the light come in. Let your head come back up. We're going to lean forward. So I'll turn my chair this way. We're going to lean forward. And this helps to be away from the back of the chair so that you can also lean back. Leaning forward and leaning back. Lean forward and lean back. And take things at your own pace. So lean forward only as far as feels good for you, and the same with going back. Now as we lean forward, look up. And as we lean back, look down. And notice how that feels in your spine. Keep doing that, leaning forward to look up and lean back and look down. And notice how when you look up, maybe your back is arching. And when you lean back and look down, your back is rounded. And you can explore that and make it bigger, make the arches bigger if that feels good, and make the rounding bigger if that feels good, or you can keep it small. Making something bigger isn't always better. So this is where we listen to our body. And maybe I make it bigger and my body says, hey, that's too much. So then I go back to keeping it smaller. And keep breathing. A couple more like this. Front, feeling the places in your body that are enjoying the stretch. One last one, forward and back. And back. And then come back up to sit tall. Let your arms come down next to your sides and bring your shoulders up to your ears slowly. Only go as far as feels good. You don't have to go all the way up. And then let them slowly go all the way down until they're dropped and doing nothing. Do that again. This time, if you want to, you can take a breath in. And then out as your shoulders drop down all the way. See how your head feels when your shoulders are dropped. Bring up, inhale. See how your head feels when your shoulders are up. And then bring them down, exhale. Once more like that, inhale. And exhale. Very good. Let your ear go over to one shoulder. And as much as you can, keep your shoulders relaxed. Just let your ear go down listening to your shoulder. Now, bring that shoulder up to your ear as if they want to touch. And let the shoulder go down and the head come up. And do the same on the other side. Bring your head over so that your ear listens. And then bring the shoulder up towards the ear or touching your ear. And then let your shoulder drop down and bring your head back up. Let's do that one more time. Bring your ear over, your head over. Stay there for a moment. And then bring your shoulder up, closer to your ear. And then let the shoulder come down and the head come up. Relax there and go to the other side slowly. Take your time to let your body figure it out. And then bring your ear up towards your shoulder. Try and keep the other shoulder relaxed. Sometimes our shoulders are overactive. And then bring your shoulder down and your head up. Great. Interlace your fingers. Push your hands away. Sit up nice and tall. Feel a nice big stretch. And again, see how your shoulders and your head feel. So you feel that space. And then bring your arms up. And they don't have to go up all the way. They can only go up as much as you feel comfortable. Take a nice big breath, feeling that stretching to the ribs, to the waist. And maybe twist and look a little bit from one side to the other. And then bring your arms back down. Very good. Let's do some standing and sitting. So because I can't see you, and that's fine, and also because I don't share your body, we have different bodies that feel different, I really want you to respect what feels right for you. So I'm going to stand and sit, excuse me, I'm going to stand and sit 10 times. And I'm going to take it quite at a nice rhythm. But if you want to do it less or fewer of them or slower or sit it out completely because you might have some other issues going on in your body that I don't have at the moment, then that's fine. So I'm going to bring my hands in front of my chest so they're not in my way. You can also have them down next to your side to help you kind of stand and to help you sit. Great. Here we go. Feet flat. Don't miss the chair when you come down to sit. And we're going 1. I'm going to count them, but you can take it at your own pace. 2, 3, 4. I also like when I stand up, I really straighten my legs so I feel my muscles on my thighs kind of working. I think we're at 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. If you can stay standing now, stay up for the 10th one. We're going to stay up standing just for a moment. Great. Keep your legs so that they're comfortably hip width apart. We're just going to take a big breath in, like our arms are wings, and then breathe out, bring your arms down and bend your knees. Let's do that again. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Twice more. In and out. Once more. In and out. Very good. Let's stay standing for a moment. If that works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you and you need to sit, that's fine. We're going to come back to sitting in a minute. So I'm just going to offer some hip warming up. So if you open your feet so that they're wider apart, and you can bring your hands onto your waist, and we're just going to circle our hips. So take your time to find that. Find your hips and circle them around. And it might take you a moment because sometimes I'm kind of not sure what's my hips and what's my shoulders. So take a moment to really find your hips making those big circles. And do somewhere between 5 and 8 of them. And then go the other way. And take your time. I might be going too fast for what feels good for you. I might be going too slow. And keep taking a breath anytime you feel that you need it. And I'm just going to do one more. And then I'm going to bring my legs back in together. Bring my arms down next to my sides. And I'm just going to try some slow marching now. So by that I mean I'm going to lift one foot up off the ground. I'm going to lift one foot up off the ground slowly and then bring it back down. Now, some days my balance isn't so happy about this, or I have other things going on, and I just lift my heel. So I kind of feel that shift in my weight. You can bring your hands here or bring them there. So you can either just shift your weight and lift your heel a bit off the ground. So that you feel like you're about to lift your foot, but you don't. And it's a small shift. It's just for you to kind of practice your balance. Or you can lift it up a bit higher. Or you can just lift it up a little bit. And see if you can find there's a moment where your body feels balanced. It doesn't have, you don't have to stay there long, just that moment. And it might be a quick moment, that's fine. And then let's try it a little bit to the side. So we're gonna just try opening our knee out to the side. Just as if we're about to lift our knee out to the side. So you can either lift it, or you can just begin that first step of opening your knee out. And then you might even want to try just a small lift. Very good. And relax your shoulders. This isn't very important. It's just for you. Don't take it, don't, there's nothing to fail at. It's just for you to try. And now we're going to try back, which I find the hardest. So for the back ones, first I start by bringing my toes back behind me. And breathe. Think calm thoughts. And then sometimes I feel comfortable enough to lift my foot behind me, or even just a little bit. Great. Let's bring our hands together and have just a slow rub, almost like you're gently washing your hands under water. We're all doing a lot of that these days, no? And then go in between your fingers, go onto the tops of your hands. And then let's give our arms a bit of a rub to warm up. And then give your hands a bit of a more vigorous rub, as if you're creating heat between your palms. And then take that heat from your hands and bring your hands onto your face, and as if you're washing your face with or as if you're putting a really nice gentle lotion on your face. All around. Great. And let's just shake it off as if we have water on our hands, but we don't have a towel. Shaking it all off. And now as well on our arms, like we have water on our arms that we're trying to shake off. And now on our shoulders. This is more of a shimmy, really. And we're just trying to, almost like when you get into cold water and you're like, oh, give yourself a bit of a shake. I bet you're all happy now that I'm the only one that has my camera on, or that I can see anyway. Great, good. Let's come back down to the chair. Lovely. So we're just going to come sitting down carefully. Again, I like to sit so I'm at the edge of my chair. And I like to stretch out our legs a bit. So this helps, if you're at the back of your chair, it's hard to stretch your leg out and get it onto the ground. So I like to be at the front of my chair and stretch one leg out and flex through the heels. So I feel that stretch in the back of my calf, and then point through the toes and flex and point. And do that a couple of times, flex and point, and then bring the leg in. And do the same to the other one, flex and point through that foot, stretching through the front of the foot and the leg and stretching through the back of it. Get a nice big stretch into it. And then switch again, and this time make some circles. You can either lift your foot up to circle your ankle, or you can place it on the ground and kind of get a nice circle in there. And go the other direction, circle the other direction as well. And then switch, same thing, circling it around one direction, and circling around in the other direction. Very good, bring it back in. Lovely. So now we're going to stretch one leg out, go back to that first leg and flex your foot like we had originally. Pull the toes back and push the heel on the floor. Stretch the leg nice and long. So my other foot is flat on the ground and my hand is on that leg. The leg that is straight, I'm going to bring that arm up. So the same arm and the leg straight I'm bringing that one up, whichever leg is straight. Take a big breath in, and then I'm going to come forward to bring my hand onto my leg and let my head relax forward. I'm going to stretch my arm forward to come all the way back up. Take a big breath in, and then come forward again to reach for that leg. And let your head relax forward. Once more, reaching all the way up and coming all the way forward. Bring that leg in, sit up nice and tall, and change legs. One leg flat, one leg bent with the foot flat, and the other leg straight. Whichever leg is straight, that arm comes up. Take a big breath in and fold forward. Reach forward for your leg and let your head relax. Come all the way back up and keep breathing. Come forward. And all the way back up. And one last time, stretching forward. Rest, let your head relax forward. Enjoy that stretch. And then come all the way back in. Good. Now we're going to do open and closing knees. So we're opening our knees so we get into our hips and close them. So for this, I like to open my legs a little bit wider. So open your knees and close them. So you feel this opening of your hips and closing of your hips. Opening and closing. And let's go in opposite directions. So knees go to the right and knees go to the left. Knees go to the right and knees go to the left. And let's do the opening and closing again. Open and close. And last one. And then knees left, knees right. Great, and bring the legs back in. Now we're going to keep one knee bent and the foot flat. And we're going to stretch the other leg out to the side. So this time with that leg stretched out to the side, my same hand as the stretched leg is going to slide down and my head is going to pour over to those toes. The other arm is going to come up. And I'm just going to stay here for a couple of breaths and open that side up. Feel that nice big stretch. If you need to come out before I do, that's fine. And then come back up, bring the leg in and switch. The other leg goes out to the side. The other leg goes out to the side. The opposite foot is the knees bent and the foot is flat. Slide down and reach up. Inhale and exhale. And come back in. Once more each side. Bend, straighten the leg, slide down. Try not to let your chest go towards your leg. Think about you're staying flat facing your camera, and your head and your shoulder are melting over towards that foot. And then your other arm goes straight up. Breathing in and out, stay there, take a nice big breath. And then come all the way up, change legs. Slide down, again, don't let that shoulder come forward. Keep it flat. Slide down and lift up. Inhale and exhale. And then come all the way back out. Bring both, back up, bring both legs in. Now, we're gonna twist. So I'm gonna look over my right shoulder and reach for the bottom of my chair or the back of my chair. So I'm looking over to the right, and my right hand is holding onto the back of the chair. My other hand comes across. Keep looking over so that you're twisting. Keep looking over your shoulders so you feel your whole body twisting to the right. Feet are flat. Inhale and exhale. Don't get too pushy with this. Just enjoy a gentle twist. And then let go and go the other way. So look over your left shoulder, reach for the bottom or the back of the chair. The opposite hand comes across, and keep looking over your left shoulder and just breathe there. And then come back around, change again, look over your right shoulder, hold on to the bottom or the back of the chair and breathe. And last time, look over your left shoulder, reach for the bottom or the back of your chair, other arm comes across and breathe there. And come all the way back around, good. Lovely. So last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch our arms out and wiggle our fingers. Stretch out nice and wide, wiggle your fingers, stretch it open, open, open. And then if you can, bring your arms back behind you. So you're like on the front of a ship. Bring your arms back behind you like you're gonna give someone the biggest hug ever. Take a nice big breath and then give yourself that big hug. Hold on to your arms and rock a little bit right and a little bit left. And just feel that easy gliding, twisting. And let your elbows go to one side and your head goes to the other. Elbows go to one side and head to the other. Elbows one way, head the other. And do that a couple of times. It's a tricky one. Elbows go one way, head goes the opposite. And then notice which arm you have on top. Open your arms out to the side. Again, do that big open preparation for giving a big hug. And then give yourself a hug again, but this time put the other arm on the top. And the same thing, elbows one way, head the other. Take some nice big breaths. And then come right back into the center. Drop your arms. Take a moment. We're going to bring our arms up so that they're in like a square position. Bring your elbows back and your head up. Now bring your elbows forward and your head down. Elbows go back, head up. Elbows go forward, head down. And keep doing that a few times. Elbows go back, head up. Elbows go forward, head down. Keep going, breathing. Elbows go back, head up. Elbows go forward, head down. One last one. And then let your hands come down to your lap. Make yourself comfortable. Rest your hands onto your lap. And again, close your eyes or let your eyes rest down on the floor. take a moment there and listen to your body again. See how things feel after doing all of that work, doing those exercises. Listen to how your body feels and what it's telling you. And have a sense of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out naturally. Take a nice big breath in and let it go. Do that one more time. Take a big breath in and let it go. Now you're going to take a big breath in and hold it. Hold it there. And then slowly let it out. Once more, just like that. Take a big breath in. Hold it. And slowly let it out. And then let your eyes rest on the floor. Let your eyes close. And stay there for a moment again. Just checking in with what you sense, what you feel, what your body's saying. Trying to let go of any tension that you notice, softening where you can. And bring your chin down to your chest, let your eyes open, let the light come in. And slowly you can come out of the session, taking your time. If you'd like to turn on your video or your, if you'd like to unmute yourself, you're very welcome to.